with a degree in political science, public service. Then he entered St. Patrick's Seminary in Menlo Park, where he earned his Master's of Divinity degree and was ordained a priest for the Diocese of Oakland in 1987. While in the seminary, Father Jayson joined the United States Army as a chaplain candidate and served in the Individual Ready Reserve. As a chaplain for the Oakland Police Department, the Oakland Fire Department, the Berkeley Fire Department, the BART Police Department, and the Alameda County Sheriff Department, he is also a member of Oakland's critical incident stress management teams. Father Jayson works with a crisis response and support network of Catholic Charities of the East Bay, a homicide response team in Oakland, a support group called Family and Friends of Murder Victims, the Oakland chapter, and he is a member of the NIA, the Network for Interfaith Action, Oakland Mayor Ron Dellums' Committee of Religious Interfaith Advisors. On July 6, 2009, Father Jayson was awarded the Oakland Police Department Medal of Merit by Acting Chief of Police Howard Jordan. This was the first time in the department's history that the medal was presented to a non-sworn or a non-police officer member of the force. This was in recognition of his outstanding service as a chaplain to the Oakland Police Department. The Oakland City Council declared July 21st, 2009 as Father Jayson Landeza Day in the City of Oakland to honor his years of dedicated and distinguished service as chaplain to the Oakland Police and Fire Departments, as well as pastor of St. Columba. Please join me in welcoming Father Jayson.
Thanks, Attila. I don't know if I can live up to all that. I want to begin by giving a shout out to an old friend of mine who I saw here this morning, John Bevan. John and I went to elementary school and high school together. John's a member of St. Mary's Parish in Walnut Creek, but also perhaps more importantly, given in consideration last night's events, at least once a year, John and I go to a Giants game together. And so I think when the Giants won last night, I should have given you a call immediately and just sort of cheered with you as well. I want to begin by thanking Tom. Where did Tom go? Oh, Tom Laurie and Mike Breen for their patience on trying to get a hold of me over the past year. I've been on sabbatical over the past year, all throughout the world. And so I can never forget. These guys tried to figure out how to get a hold of me throughout all this, and their patience bore through. So I'm grateful to both of you for that. Again, I'm humbled to be in the presence of folks like Tom Lattiser and Bishop Curry and Ned DeLessie and some of the previous speakers you've had as well. And then Mother Antonia next month. So you folks are pretty well blessed, and I'm pretty humbled to be in this context. Just to one more thank you. I want to thank Father Paulson. He's not here. I know Father Paulson has been very much supportive of Catholics at work. When I left for sabbatical, he generously, on behalf of St. Mary's Parish, provided a round-trip ticket to Hawaii for me. And that was something he wanted to do out of his generosity. So I wanted to thank him for his hospitality and his generosity. This morning's talk has been viewed as an unfiltered view of life as an interceding priest. And so I guess I have to begin by first apologizing, because I know I'll say something about some of the observations that have been a part of my experience in Oakland that may offend someone here. And this is breakfast, so I may say something that may not be, that would be just an observation and not an opinion, but something that's a reality of my life in the past 10 years. So if I say something that offends you, I apologize in advance. You know the bishop's address, you can write him. And, and the bishop will contact me by cell phone. He and I are old friends from a number of years. So anyway, born and raised in Berkeley, as was mentioned. I grew up in a lower middle class family, a working class family. My dad's financial situation had always been precarious. So there were 7 of us growing up in a 2-bedroom apartment on the flats in West Berkeley. I say that only because it provides a context that enables me to have enabled me to have a better insight of the work that lay ahead for me at St. Columba, being able to go into different people's houses and lives and know that this was not a foreign environment, but one that I could relate to, having lived a lot of that as a youngster growing up and the lower middle class family in Berkeley. My parents were strong on Catholic education. Although things were tough financially, they always made it a point to make sure we had the best education. So 12 years of Catholic education in Berkeley was a result of that, and all of us turned out pretty well. A part of that was a strong foundation of faith. My mother took us to Mass every day. I mean, every day. I mean, Saturdays, every day. So, I mean, every day. And it rubbed off on me, at least. I mean, I'm a priest now. So, and then anyway. So that had been the basis of the kinds of moral formation and spiritual formation that my parents provided for me in my own life. So, anyway, in 1999, I was assigned at St. Joseph's Mission San Jose. Pete, CCWC, Dennis, or members of St. Joseph's Mission San Jose in Fremont, the oldest parish in the diocese. I was there, fat and happy, as an associate pastor, and I received this phone call from Bishop Cummins asking me if I would go to St. Columba. Now, what I knew about St. Columba at the time was what I had known about St. Columba when I was a child, that it was the neighboring parish over. It was over in Oakland, one parish over from St. Joe's the Worker, Berkeley, where I grew up. I also knew that within a 5-year period, I would be the 7th pastor or administrator going in there in a 5-year period. The 7th pastor.